Kareen with Kareen and Company. Today I'm going to be doing a little dowsing, use of a pendulum. My client here is doing belly button therapy, and we're going to kind of have an open question answer session as we clear. We're going to set our intention that as her finger is in her belly button, that we connect with her biological mother energy, her biological father energy, their mothers and fathers 5, 10, hundreds of lifetimes, so that whatever we bring to the surface, things that are hidden, buried, and covered up that causes conflict in her day-to-day life, or we have struggles with as human beings, I want you to breathe in. I want you to set your intention that as you take a deep breath in, take it down below the belly button into the reproductive area, whether you're male or female, it makes no difference. That we bring balance to the yin and yang within, that we release anything mentally, emotionally, physically, and psychologically, and maybe even spiritually from this lifetime or past lifetimes, parallel universes, and other dimensions. Sometimes those energy bleeds in, and what we have to ask is, I like to do kind of like a triangle, past life, parallel universes, other dimensions, and then I ask that energy no longer bleed in to this earth plane lifetime, causing conscious and subconscious clutter. We're asking for clarity as we clear. So your healing will be up to you as you take your breath in, identify and release. Trust that your guides, your angels, your high self committee members, your spiritual committee members, your healing committee members that work for you will help you heal. So let's just take a breath in, and I'm going to tell you, take a nice breath in to your lower dantian or your belly button or reproductive area. You hold, and then you do a nice slow exhale. I like to do 3 of those, so do them yourself. Just take a nice breath in, hold, and let go of your daily thoughts, your feelings, your struggles, your challenges. Maybe it's with yourself, maybe it's with family members, friends, maybe it's with coworkers. Set the intention that these soul family members, as we breathe in, we hold, and we release, that we let go of all this conflict, all the misunderstandings. Sometimes things just happen and we don't even know why. And a lot of times it's not our junk, but we don't blame and we don't shame. But you do need to acknowledge there's some challenges or issues going on and ask, what part have you played in this? And then what you can do is, as you're laying there, you're sitting, you can picture that person, the circumstance, the situation. You can take a breath in, fill it with love, and when you exhale, exhale forgiveness. And just clear the energy between you and that person, you and that situation, and just keep resolving it. Maybe you have to do it 3, 4, 5 times, I don't know. But today, with your finger in your belly button, you've probably held it there for a minute or 2. What I'd like you to do is just see, does it come out? So you can do it on your clothes or on your skin and just see if it comes out easy. Sometimes you're going to find it suctions in there. I love when it suctions in there because it's like your body's like, tell me more, help me let go of more. So as an acupuncturist, when I needle the body, sometimes when it's time to take the needles out, they don't want to come. So I'll let them stay in there a little bit longer. So we want to balance the yin and the yang, any thoughts, any feelings, misunderstandings, disharmonies within the body that we're aware of or unaware of. As we clear, we don't need to think about anything. We're going to ask for assistance from all those beautiful committee members and friends in other worlds to help us. So let me just see what percent we're ready to go. Source says we're 100% and we're ready to go. So did you have a question?
So to release the fear of working with your higher self and your intuition because of maybe possibly past life issues, or not understanding it when you were younger and you just totally block it.
Okay. So what she's asking is, a lot of people don't know we have God, source. Depending on what your religion is, I could care less. I don't care if you're Wiccan. It makes no difference. Call in the energies of light that you pray to, that you love. Maybe some of you don't believe in that, and I'm so okay with that as well. So whatever, if you pray to the earth, Mother, Father, God, let's call on them. Let's set our intention that they're going to open our awareness. So let's open our root chakra, our sacral chakra, our solar plexus, our heart, our throat chakra, our third eye, and our crown. And let's ask that the things that took place, sometimes we don't realize when we're young, the things, the situations that happen, they're going to come back into our current time in life. Sometimes they cause more disharmony, more mental confusion, more stress. And we get to a point in life where we think, I'm done with this. This is too hard. I'm not fitting in. Why is this happening to me? And I'd like to say, sometimes we're here for a purpose and a reason. And sometimes we get so busy with life, with people, with challenges and issues, we don't even take a few minutes to sit down and just relax and breathe. So this is a good point to just take a breath in, hold, and breathe out. So I want to tell you, you picked your mother and father. You picked all the situations that are causing you challenges that start bumpering into other areas of your life, whether you're married, whether you have roommates, whether it's people or colleagues at work. People's heads are always butting. Do you ever wonder why? Well, we all came in from other areas to learn different things. So you put a bunch of people in a room who don't feel the same, believe the same, and then you feel the tension. Everybody has a tribe, but even the tribes start fighting against each other. So we're all on this planet to figure out what our purpose is and what our passion is, and sometimes we feel lost. Sometimes we feel confused. Sometimes we feel we don't fit in. And I don't know why we don't fit in. That's something we have to figure out. So when you feel off, or when you feel life is really challenging you and giving you a little disharmony, the only thing I could say to you is go back to childhood. Talk to the mom, talk to the father. You don't have to do it in person, but with this belly button, if your challenges are at work, someone's creating disharmony, maybe you're agitated, irritated, and it seems to keep recycling, but with different people, you have to take the time on a heart level, and a thought level, an emotional level to figure out what is that word that keeps playing back over? What is that? Why does that situation always seem to happen to me, but with different game players? So every time you feel that challenge arises again, your body, your spirit, your soul, your guides are saying, take a couple minutes, figure this out. Because if we don't work through childhood issues, maybe there was a lot of fear. Maybe your mom was fearful. Maybe your dad was. Maybe you never saw it. Maybe they camouflaged it. But maybe their mothers and fathers had it. We don't know. And a lot of people fight it and say, oh no, my mom and dad were so nice, that would never have happened. I'm like, settle down, let's pour some more icing on you. Because nobody has the most perfect life. And that is one good way to understand you're not ready to look at things. So every day, ask anything hidden, buried, or covered up that your soul doesn't want to identify. Give it permission. Take a breath in, hold, and when you exhale, let's give it permission to let go of any fear, any challenges, because on a heart level, we can't heal till we start identifying within ourselves what's mirroring us or what challenge it is, and we have to identify it. When you take those breaths and release, maybe you have to do 10. When you get the right answer, you can actually feel your body dropping into the bed more or back into the chair. So did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, so do you have another question?
Yes. So when you release an emotion from yourself, you're also releasing from past, present, and future. Not only your soul, but the souls of those who you are attached to and connected to.
Okay, so she's asking if, let's say her challenge is anger. That's a good one, we'll just say. It could be positive too, but what we're trying to do right now is clear blocks from this body that has challenges and issues. So holding the belly button, that's your mother's jing, your father's kidney jing. It comes, the umbilical cord comes to you, so you have 50% from mom and dad. Everything they were experiencing up to that moment of life until you're born is what you inherited. You inherited their mom and dad's and their mom and dad's stuff. So there's lots of struggles that come in. A lot of times they're not really your personal struggles or mine. they got genetically encoded from our ancestors. So any movie you watch that you see war, challenges, famine, murder, heartache, these are things that got genetically encoded in you, and your soul may not remember it, but your subconscious remembers everything, or your Akashic records. So maybe this is a good way to explain it. You had a conversation with someone and it went south fast. You get in your car, you go back to your home, you think, God, what just happened? Why would I have ever said that? Okay, so you can relate to that because sometimes it's not our junk. So clearing through the umbilicus, setting our attention that anything we inherited from our mother or father, their mothers and fathers, be acknowledged, released, and cleared. Why can't we just wake up and life be great? And it really can if every day, just like you have a cup of coffee or an iced tea or a soda, spend just that amount of time clearing one word, one feeling, one emotion, one struggle, and give yourself time to really breathe it in. You don't have to relive the pain, the trauma, the sadness, the grief, because when you clear it and you're cleared at a heart level, it clears. I have people say, well, I cry all the time when I do this. I'm like, well, that's a lung energy. That's a lot of trapped sadness, grief, heartache, pain, and then it's in your upper jowl and it's all these emotions. Well, start addressing them. Cry your heart out, because you're not really touching the true word, the true feeling that you've stuffed down. Let go of all the shame, all the blame, because we don't care. That shame and blame just keeps us stuck. It keeps us in pain. It keeps us not sleeping, insomnia. It creates gastro issues. It creates leg, knee, ankle disharmonies. It creates back pain. It creates excessive thinking, mania, manic. So emotions get trapped here, and then they go through the whole body and create physical disharmonies. So it's only you can fix you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, good point.
Okay.
So when you're journaling, you may want to sit there and just write down the words that pop in your head,
I think
and
so.
then use that for a clearing.
So she's asking, so when I journal, I would say, don't put like everything into it. If just like a cloud flies over, oh, okay, frustration. As you're drinking your coffee, whatever, write the words that come into your mind at this moment and trust that they're from source. That they're like, hey, knock, knock, I want you to think about this. But they don't want you to think about it and punish yourself and say, oh God, you do this all the time. That's not how you fix something. What you simply do is you can think about, how did this energy, how did that word happen when you were little, and then what other scenarios or situations happen that keep repeating to the here and now, and just identify it. And what I would say is just go back to that moment in time and say, hey, you know what, when we had that disharmony, I didn't like the way you talked to me, and you know what, I wasn't proud of the way I talked to you. I'm going to take a breath and clear it for both of us. And if you don't feel the release in your body, then I want you on another heart level to really breathe in on the heart and the lung and say, you know what, that situation was uncomfortable and blah, blah, and blah happened, but you know what, I want to forgive me and I'm going to forgive you. Even if you don't mean it, I don't care. But it's all about your healing. The more you hang on to your anger, your resentment, your hate, you're stuck. And it shows up in your relationships, it shows up at your job, it shows up even if you're driving a car at the grocery store. Sometimes people just like, come in your space and you're like, to you, and then that yang starts rising, irritation, agitation, and then yesterday's stuff and today's stuff, and it stops bombarding you, and then you're all out of sorts. The best way to clear it is to take a breath, let it go till you feel you hit your balance or your neutralness. And if you say, I don't know what that means, well, you're going to have to practice, because it's something you actually have to practice. You can watch more videos and figure out how to do it. But it's all about you. I can't help you. A Reiki master can't help you. An acupuncturist can't help you. It's really going within to the heart, hearing what you're saying, and as you take that breath in deep down and breathe out, that you're true to your body, to your cells, to your tissue, to your bones, to your blood. Do you have another question?
I think the last one is walking around and how we talk about protecting ourselves, because we can pick up others' energy, and we don't realize when we get really agitated all of a sudden, like you hit on it when you were saying, oh, this person does something, they're driving, and you get, well, now you just picked up that energy, right? You just drew that in, and you didn't need to do that.
Yeah. So I hear it a lot from people in the spiritual realms that, oh, they have bad energy, they're this, that. I've been claimed to have a lot of bad energy, and I'm like, whatever. So I think every soul is doing the best they can. We don't know what's happening at home. We don't know what cellular junk got downloaded to their Akashic records. We do not know what programs they're supposed to be working on in this lifetime. And the more angry, frustrated, resentful they are, they haven't figured it out either. So what I like to do, and not saying, oh, their energy is bad, oh, they did this. It's like, okay, well, let's stop. Why don't we just visualize your body, put a triple angelic protection light around it from top to bottom, left to right, inside and out. I always say, if someone sends me energy, sends me thoughts, steps in my space, if it's not for my highest good, please release it. Meaning transform it. Why not ask for blessings in their space? Now I'll be the first if you're in my space and you come at me and you come at me, you come at me. I can only be so nice for so long. So there is no perfect. If you're always nice and sweetie, you're not helping anybody. You've got to protect this beautiful soul that came here for a purpose and a passion, just like every other soul out there. But some of them are not awakened to why they're here. So if you feel vulnerable, let's clear programs of vulnerability that you might have got from your mother, father, your ancestors. Take a breath in. If we have fear running, anytime we say, oh, they're doing this and that, let's just clear for you and that soul. You don't even have to know their name, okay? I like the infinity sign. You can put you here, that person here, and if they were rude, just put rudeness in there and just clear it, and then I just let it go. Or you can see them, feel your energy, their energy, and let it go. But I always say, I ask my guides, my angels, 24/7, a light of protection. You can do any color you want, white, gold, green, blue. It doesn't make a difference. If someone can shift your energy this fast, ask yourself, how can that happen? Because I've experienced it too. Sometimes before you know it, like the stuff flies out, and I'm going to let it fly out because I'm definitely not a mat to walk on. But also in the spiritual realms, they say we're supposed to be nice. Well, you can't really be nice if someone's bonking you in your head, kicking you in your shin. So I think it's a very, very individual thing, something that you're going to have to figure out. But when I go to bed, I check it. When I wake up, I check it. I put it around my car. I put it around my office. You know, there's lots of energies. There's lots of challenges. There's lots of themes. But I would keep my thought to, what can I do to shift this, to make my space better? What can I do to shift it to enhance my life? Because if I enhance my life, I want to create universal healing, universal clearing. So to go off on another tangent, we have fires in California. We have floods in other areas. This is universal energy that's hitting everyone. It might hit you different than it hits me. So I would just, when you clear for you or clear for that person you feel is bad, first off, let's clear the judgment. And then let's forgive, because I guarantee it's a past life energy that you need to finish. And if it doesn't, take that little snap here, take a breath in, and really let it go and feel the shift within you.
We just have to remember we're a soul having a human experience.
Yeah, and it's just energy. Everything's about energy. I can't say good, bad, and different, but if it's challenging and there's themes, I pretty much tell my guides and angels, teach me without pain, without suffering, without struggles, without disharmony. Why does it have to be this way? So I think you just have to set your own intention and really work with your committees and have communication, no blocks to communication, so you can start figuring out how your life can flow a little easier, which creates flow around a lot of people. There's a lot of fairy tale books and things that life is magical, love is magical, and I believed them all. Now I'm like, Gotta erase it and start again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's all we can do is do the best we can and try to be the best person we can. And we're blessed that we know how to clear through the belly button. Anything that you feel you inherited, maybe you didn't. Maybe it came from ancestors hundreds of years ago or other lifetimes. You've got lots of lifetimes bringing a lot of junk in. It's just your subconscious remembers every detail. So just clear it. Who cares if you know what lifetime? Nothing matters. Set your intention that all those spiritual beings can heal you. Okay? All right. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can text me. If you'd like me to create a special video for you, please send me a personal message. Thank you, and have a good day.
That was good. Thank you.